Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. This is Celebrity Fitness Show, and this is Coach Derek. Today we are at Langata Functional Training Center, where I'm going to be introducing to you your favorite guest today. Like I said before, we're going to be bringing to you local and international celebs. So today, you have this guest. He is an amazing guy. He's a trainer, he's a director. I mean, he's matching one, and also a body image consultant. So he's gonna be telling us more about himself in a bit. So come with me. Hey Eric, how are you?
Hey.
Good to see you. My name's Eric. You know the funny thing about this guy, the last time we had this conversation, I don't know if you remember, Derek told me that my name is a generic part of his name. And actually he gave me a brief of where the name Derek came from.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell him.
King.
Yeah.
Or from the king. So literally that name means we're royalty. Although I think your spelling is a bastardization of the name, but you know, it's all good. We're both Dereks.
We're both Derek. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you as well.
How was it, man?
Thank you.
So, it's been long, man. I was planning this interview and saying we're going to hit a workout together.
I know, as you know, I unfortunately got this dreaded virus.
Yeah.
And it put me down for quite some time. But I thank God for my active lifestyle, my diet, how I live.
Yeah.
I think I would have been much sicker. Even though I was sick, I was vaccinated.
Yeah.
But I'm back to 100% recovery, feeling good. Yeah, so.
I'm glad to see you, man. And since today we're going to have a workout together, I hope to see you pushing me like last time, man. Because last time I said you beat me a good one. But guys, if you don't know about this guy, man, he is. By the way, Derek, how old are you?
So I'm going to say something on national TV, which I usually don't admit.
I know.
To my closest friends and family. And I am going to tell you my age, which is 49. That's how old I am.
Guys, this guy is 49. Yeah, this guy is 49, and you can see the way he looks, man. So Derek, who's Derek? Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, well, listen, I am someone who believes in how you are seen, how you're heard, and how you're remembered. There was a traumatic event, let me put it that way, that really shaped what I do today and my philosophy in terms of life, which was on September the 11th, 2001, in New York City. I was living and working, and the Twin Towers collapsed. I was working in the financial district there. So I was part of that whole day, which is like a movie, and I know a lot of people, including in our country, Kenya, we've been through some of these traumatic events where we're attacked by terrorists. But that day, because of how close I was to the action, losing colleagues, really set me on the path and changed my direction in terms of what do I want my legacy to be on this earth. And that led me to what I'm doing, which is working with people of all stripes, I should say professionals. As I said, to help them how they're seen, heard, and remembered. So that's everything from the way that they communicate, the way that they speak, how they portray the professional image, the way that they are able to handle difficult situations using emotional intelligence, so things like resilience, empathy, gratitude. So this wide array of soft skills. That's one of the main things that I do, and I also work with entrepreneurs to bring them together so that they can discuss strategies on how they can scale their business. So those are the main things that I'm involved with. Yes.
Well, my main concern today with you is something that you do, that is image consultancy.
Yes, that's
so
what I do,
maybe you can mention a few pointers to our viewers. What does it entail when you talk about image consultancy in general?
So what we're talking about in terms of the image part of what I do, and unfortunately that term image consulting, maybe people think that I teach people how to be stylish or to be fashionable. It's more like how do you portray yourself in the right way, for the right occasion, using whether it could be the right tools or implements, for example, if you're dining, or how to speak at an event, at an occasion, and how to portray yourself. So really, it's about being the best version of you.
Yes.
In fact, I look at it as a form of authenticity, because the authentic you is the you that God created you to be. God created you to be in your peak physical shape, to take care of this body that you've been given, not to let it fall to pieces. And it's the same way. People fairly or unfairly judge you in terms of appearance. And God gave us these senses. You know, if you can see, if you can hear. So if people see you and they're making a judgment of you, fairly or unfairly, it's up to you to tilt the scales in your favor as to how you want to be seen. We're at the gym now, so we're dressed for the gym. But if I showed up like this at an office meeting, perhaps that would give the wrong impression and maybe not help me to achieve my aims, which would be in that meeting to win business. So really, when we talk about, you use the term image consulting, it's about portraying yourself. In this case, we can talk about the attire that you wear, whether it's using the psychology of color, whether it is wearing the clothes that give the best impression of you, geared towards your particular body shape, so that you're able to then, as I said, persuade and influence the other person. Life is about persuasion, it's about influence. And you get people to your side. You get people to your side how you communicate, how you look, and ultimately how you behave.
Okay. So when you talk about, let me come down to influence. Do you think the modern man is being influenced positively, or there need to be something that need to be done for the modern man to, you know, live up to what you preach?
So that's a great question, because I think we are deluged, we are inundated. There's a plethora of influences, from social media to mass media to, you know, the people around us. And it's up to you to then be selective. You have got to be judgmental in terms of what information are you going to be influenced by. Is it positive influence? Is it negative influence? So if I go on Instagram and I'm being influenced by people who are, you know, portraying themselves as in a certain way, does that work for me? Does that work for my career? Does that work for my relationships? I've got nothing wrong with people going on Instagram, removing off half their clothes and twerking.
Twerking, that's a word.
That's a word. But does that negatively influence a 16-year-old girl who's trying to make her way in this world, be the best version of herself? You know. So that's what when you ask the question, are we influenced? Yes, we're influenced, and it's us to, as I said, be selective with what is going to influence. So my role models, for example, would be somebody like you, somebody who is into health and fitness, and you would be a role model to me, particularly for somebody, say, who's in my age bracket or in my demographic, in terms of this is a lifestyle that I want to influence, that I want to lead.
So what I'm getting from you, there's still need to be, I mean, there's still something that needs to be done.
I think we need more positive role models out there. I think if you are going to put yourself out on social media, there's room for you to explore creative sides of yourself. And there are a lot of people who are doing that. But I also think that we need a lot more, particularly because of the pervasive influence of social media. People who are perhaps showing, shall I say, the better side of humanity.
Yes.
The sides that are going to help us as a nation that aspires to be a middle-income nation, with a large young population that is heavily influenced by social media, to go out there and be a positive influence, because all of us can work together to make this country a better place. And it actually starts, for example, with health and fitness. If we can go out there, you and me, Derek, and show that whether you're 49 or you're 39 or you're 29 or you're 19, you can lead a healthy lifestyle. You can go to the gym, you can work out, you can eat a diet that works for you.
So let's come down to, let's go to your other aspect of life, that is coaching. And when I was doing my background about you, I sort of figured like you are an executive coach. That's what I got it from your bio and everything. Do you think the corporate sector, the heads in the corporate or even the employees in the corporate world, do you think they are doing something to become more productive in terms of, their fitness and
So you mentioned the executive coaching. So that's a lot of the work that I work when I work with, people in the C-suite. A lot of that is about leadership and emotional intelligence, how leaders can lead with emotional intelligence. But you're absolutely right. I think physicality equals mentality.
Yes.
If you want to be a great leader, it starts with how you take care of your physical aspects of yourself, your body. Do you have the energy, enthusiasm, the effort to command your troops in the boardroom? I truly believe if you're not physically fit, then you cannot lead your team, be a manager, be a CEO who is worthy or is of note if you're not taking care of your body physically. I truly believe that, and I believe that every organization should look at the and by the way, the repercussions are even in terms of how much having a team or a staff or an organization who are not healthy is doing in terms of health insurance, days off. There is a repercussion in terms of dollars and cents. Physically fit leaders is one I want to see. I want to see Sio Kitambi kwa boardroom. I want to see physically fit CEOs.
So before I forget this, by the way, what's your perception about men with vitambi? Hiyo ni swali nilikuwa nataka kukuuliza. And I want you to answer this question in Swahili. Mix. Derek. Ikizungumza sasa bitu ache kidogo. Derek, what's your perception about men in kitambi? Because every time tuna work out, unasema utaki kitambi ukizeeka.
You know, let me tell you something, and I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
This is
Swahili, Derek.
a channel. Ukiamka asubuhi.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to find the right words.
I know you're trying to be politically correct, right?
And you can't find certain parts of your anatomy. Do you kitambi? Do you? I honestly think that already is setting the pace for the day. You already misplaced certain things. Do you kitambi na fiche? Let me tell you, winning starts from the time you wake up.
Yes.
Ukiamka asubuhi, you start winning by doing what? Not by scrolling through your phone.
Yes.
You start winning drinking a glass of water. Maybe doing some exercise, maybe doing some meditation. Some people might even do some prayer. Setting your goals for the day. That's even before you've left the bed. No. So now when you move to the next room to take care of your morning necessities, now ukiangalia hapa chini alafu unaona kale kitu. See, it takes everything that you've done backwards. Unaona? So if you look down and you say all is right with the world, everything's in place, unaona kila kitu. I mean, you're winning. You're winning. The day starts like that.
Yes.
Winners start the day. The winning mentality. This you're going to have to edit that very heavily.
I don't know whether you've noticed, in our society, especially hapa Kenya, you go to a gym right now. I'm sure there's one thing you'll notice. There's so many ladies or women in the gym more than men. And especially on a Friday, and I'll give you an example, and I'm not going to mention which joints are this, but kuna joints utaenda pale on a Friday, utapata majamaa wamejaa pale. They'll be just working out with their biceps. You know what I mean by that? You know, beer and everything. Do you think the modern woman is living up to, the positive lifestyle more than the modern man?
So I think we've actually had this conversation offline where we talked about that. And I think to me, a lot of women, because of who they're exposed to in the
Maybe
media,
you can raise your voice.
a lot of women who they're exposed to in the media are living that active lifestyle. So people that they look up to, other women, women in the gym, eating healthy, exploring ways to take care of their body image and things like that. Whereas men perhaps don't have that many role models.
Okay.
And so as a consequence, the role models of a lot of men, certainly that I think they're not following.
Don't you think it's because men are shy?
No. Because it starts there. It starts with if I'm on social media and I'm seeing the people that I follow are living a healthy lifestyle, I'm more than likely to go to the gym. That's what happens with women. And the men, there's less of that.
Yes.
And so men are less likely to begin to follow that lifestyle. I truly believe it starts with social media. After that, sure, there are varying reasons. There's reasons for men have that distraction that you're talking about,
Yeah.
or on a Friday evening going out. That lifestyle is more appealing. I think for men also, investing in this part is something that they would rather not do. They would rather invest in land or a vehicle or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a question of priorities. And some of these things need to be prioritized from the highest level. I'll give you an example. In the United States, in the 1960s, the late American president, John F. Kennedy, made it a national priority for every child to be physically active in school. It was part of the national agenda. In fact, if you look at pictures of people on the beach in the 1960s, the big difference between those pictures and the pictures you see today is when everybody there has a flat stomach and is thin. Today, you take a picture of people on the beach, you go, what is going on? And that's because it was made a priority. Now, clearly that has not necessarily been the case, for example, in a place like America throughout the day, but I think it needs to be a national agenda. The president needs to set the pace. Once a month, every Saturday.
I can see where this is going.
Once a month, every Saturday. Go to Nyayo Station. Yes. And people come in there and you get 1,000 people doing some jumping jacks.
Mr. President, you've had that. You should set a day for everyone in this country to be working out.
A national workout day every month. So again, it starts like that. It starts with leadership in an organization, it starts with leadership on a political level, and it starts with leadership in your estate. Leadership wherever you are. You know, this is a country that's full of leaders. And if they start showing that healthy lifestyle, then I think it will trickle down and you'll find a lot more men turning the gym. But instead, we have leaders who are going to the bar to discuss politics.
But do you think one of the reasons to what you've mentioned is that men are held burden of performance, that they ought to, you know, have to live in a certain way to live up to, I mean, the women expectation. What that I mean is that, like, men are out there to tafuta pesa. So by the end of the day, they don't have this 4% of their time during the day to work out because they want to fulfill, you know, the expectations from their counterparts.
They have time to go to the bar. So if you have time to go to the bar, I mean, they're not looking for money when you're at the bar, right? It's like just a question of prioritizing your time, time management. If you don't make time for a healthy lifestyle, you will make time for illness. You'll make time for other things. All right. So it's a question of priorities. There, you know that you and I, we hit the gym at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Right? 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, most people are
sleeping,
are unconscious. Okay. But if people just say, maybe I'll sleep an hour, and make that time in the morning so that the rest of the day I don't have to worry about going to the gym, then that wouldn't be the case that I don't have enough time because I'm busy and after pesa. No?
Yeah, true. Let me ask you, how long did it take you now sasa to talk your mambo ya kuwa serious sasa? How long did it take you to, I mean, to look like this? Or how long have you been working out?
I've been working out for a good portion of my life. Now, I'll be honest with you, it has been off and on, depending on circumstances, to wit. During this black swan of an event that changed our lives, gyms were closed and things like that, which is I'm going to talk about this place. But thank God I found an open air gym where I could just come and work out when the gyms were closed. But this has been a lifestyle I've been doing for a long time. Remember when I told you that my life changed way back in the 2000s? I think that's when I decided this was going to be a priority. I wanted to be mentally sharp, and it starts with being physically fit. And my priorities have changed a bit. So back when I was a little bit younger, it was about being as jacked as you and size, but now it's more of maintenance. It's more of
wellness and
things like that.
Derek, unajua ushisikia jina Mbaba? Inamaanisha nini kulingana na wewe? I'm serious, Derek. Mbaba ni nini, Derek? Na tunaangalia kamera hii kwanza. Hii si ndio? Derek, angalia kamera.
You tell me.
No.
What your relationship with that name means for me.
No, kwanza jibu Mbaba unaelewa nini, Derek?
I'm not going to answer.
Wacha nikuulize Kizungu. Do you know the meaning of big boys?
I know the meaning.
What's the meaning of big boys?
Yeah, but I know. What is that in relationship to me? That's what I want.
I'm coming to that point. Do you know the meaning of big boys? What is the reason why I'm asking you this day? Okay? Because 90% of ile masaa yote tunapatana kizungu. So I wanted to see whether you familiarize yourself with, the slang, lugha ya mtaa.
It depends. Remember what I said about being able to put yourself in the right occasion
At the right time.
And being able to do it. So I mean, if you drop me in the middle of ukomtani kabisa, kwani unafikiri siwezi kuja?
No doubt. I don't Dave unaweza flow na shame, by the way. Because Derek, but let me tell you guys.
Just struggle kidogo, but at least I'll be able to ask for directions.
Derek is one of those guys who always make you uncomfortable speaking in Swahili. Mpaka nakufanya una trend.
Sipo tukutani.
Anyway, I want you to look at this camera.
Yeah. Okay.
And I want you to talk to, a young man, because being my first interview this year, I haven't interviewed any gentleman in my show and everything. And one of my aim of having this show with you was at least to encourage, a young guy, a CEO out there, someone who's just busy, or even someone who's not even busy with their life, but they're not prioritizing their stuff in life. So I want you to look at this camera.
Okay.
Talk to that person.
So I want to talk to the young entrepreneur, the old entrepreneur. I want to talk to the young CEO, the old CEO. I want to talk to the person who's just graduated and is hustling for their first million, to the person who has 2 houses in Runda and a beach house in Mombasa. It doesn't matter who you are or how old you are. But I'm talking to the men. Having a physically fit body should be a priority in your life. Just as like you hustling to feed your family, to make all that money, to be a success in life. Success starts with this wonderful vessel that God has given you. You have the privilege that God has given you this vessel. And it's up to you to take care of that. And there is no way that you can be emotionally sound, spiritually fit, and mentally capable if you're not taking care of yourself physically. And it doesn't have to be heavy workouts at the gym that we're about to do. It starts with a simple thing as taking a walk every 2 days. Going out in the fresh air and walking, and 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and then 5 kilometers. And then you slowly begin to build up. What this virus has shown us over the last years is that it starts by taking the people who are not taking care of themselves in terms of their physical fitness, their diet, and things like that. So I'm going to appeal to all of you. If you really want to get ahead in life, make it a priority to begin to live a healthy lifestyle. Come and talk to people like my buddy here, Derek, who will take you through the paces at the gym, or even talk to me. I mean, again, there's a demographic that I am hopefully appealing to in terms of, we're getting on in years, and it doesn't matter what age you are. This is where it begins. Up for gym.
Guys, you've had it from Derek himself. Derek. It's Derek.
It's spelled D-E-R-E-K, but it's pronounced the same as yours.
Alright. I didn't want to end this show without putting Derek into just one hell of a challenge. No, actually it's the easiest, my lady, because I know you love doing this.
Yes.
Derek, how many push-ups can you do in 1 minute?
Can we go for 50? In 1 minute?
Yeah.
Alright, well, both of us will go.
No, you're the one who's doing. My work is just, my work, I'm a personal trainer.
Okay.
So your work is to do, means to tell you what to do.
Let's see if I can go for 40 in 1 minute.
So let me make it easy. Let me make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Legs up here, hands down.
But I don't know if I'll do 40. Let's see how many.
In 1 minute. Alright, let's. Alright. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This is Celebrity Fitness Show, and this is your one and only Coach Derek. So remember, we are at Langata Functional Training Center. This is where we met this buddy of ours today. And until next time, guys, and remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Anytime that we upload any video, you're gonna be the first person to watch it on YouTube. Celebrity Fitness Show. Derek, thanks, man. It's been here, man. Thank you. All right.